What's Gucci YouTube? Household Gaming here, bringing you a different kind of League of Legends video. This one is an information sesh, if you would. Today, we are going to be talking about a very important champion in League of Legends. Nah, I can't do that with a straight face. We're just talking about Galio right now. And if I go through this and I kind of offend some of you Galio mains out there, all three of you will receive life-changing advice by the end. That's if you stick through the video. If you just skip to the end to this annotation, which takes you to the life-changing advice, then you're not going to get it. It'll just be blank. Trust me. I know. Anyway, now we got that out of the way. Galio, he's a lot like a Viagra patient, if you think about it. He's pretty old compared to the rest of society, but he's rock hard for more than 4 hours out of the day. But, sorry guys, in a serious note though, Galio ranks 44th out of 49 mid lane champions in popularity, 3 of whom are actually not even considered mid laners to begin with. Think about it like this. It's like going to the store to buy an iced tea. You just see all these different popular flavors that you can choose from, and you think, oh, this might be pretty solid. But guess what? You chose the Bill Cosby flavor. Why? Because it's very unpopular, because all you can really taste is the chloroform in it. But anyway, due to that last stat, Galio attracts a lot of hipsters in League of Legends. And that's the main qualification for really being overcrowded with hipsters, is like nobody plays you. So, all Galio really needs is a skin with him in skinny jeans, Birkenstocks, a poncho pullover, and a courier bag for his MacBook Pro. And guess what? We have a better selling skin than Spirit Guard Udyr. Actually, you know what? Throw him in a coffee shop, why not? But not Starbucks. It has to be some nice underground local coffee shop. Anyway, let's break down all of Galio's abilities for you right now. First, his passive is called Runic Skin. It turns 50% of his magic resistance into armor. Not armor, ability power. Sorry to misconstrue you there. I just want to make sure you're paying attention. Anyway, so this is really helpful if you ever go against lanes like Brand, Xerath, Lux, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, I can totally win this lane. But then you realize the meta we're in, where people just pick Yasuo, Talon, and Zed, and you're just sitting there just smashing your head into your keyboard, because there's nothing you can really do. Anyway, now we got that passive, let's start with his Q. His Q is called Resolute Smite, and basically Galio just shoots circles of energy out of his eyes and to a target area. It slows everything in that area, and it's a very great tool to wave clear with. So I always max this first every single time. His W is called Bulwark, and it throws a magical aura over himself or an ally champion you select. And when that champion takes damage, it heals Galio. This is kind of the main cause of ruined dreams when you play Brand, because you can just sit there, W him, and then you know how you have your passive tick. But guess what? Galio will just shield himself, run into the minion wave, and now he's full health again, and you just smash your face back into the keyboard. Fun fact, it also gives bonus 90 armor and magic resistance at max rank. Something to think about. Anyway, now his E is called Righteous Gust, and no, that is not a fart joke for those out there. Galio shoots out wind, and allies that run through it get a nice movement speed, also does some AP damage. Anyway, next ability, his ultimate, is called Idol of Duran, which basically makes Galio turn into a statue, taunt everyone around him in a 600 range radius, and it does AP damage. You do more damage as more damage you've taken while you got taunted by enemies. Sorry if I butchered that, but I did my best. And now, all of a sudden, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, this champ must be super fun. I'm going to play him in ranked right now. But...
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
First, you must consider the drawbacks of this champion before taking him into ranked. Just something to think about. Basically, first, you have your mana consumption. It's absolutely terrible before you get your Athene's Holy Grail. His starting mana pool is 369, and the cheapest ability he has is 60 mana. So if you're sitting there wave clearing with your abilities, you're going to run out of mana real fast. But that also brings the second problem. He is a melee champion, and if you always start the normal start, which is Doran's ring, you can get easily pushed off of CS because you're a melee fighter. Say you're facing Lux. She throws out her any of her abilities. So let's say her snare. Stuns you, auto-attacks you. And then you just end up getting crippled lower and lower. And now you have such low health, you can't safely go up and get minions. So in order to get them, you have to use your abilities. But your abilities drain your mana pool so hard that you'll literally have no health and no mana, and you'll just sit there just dumbfounded, not doing anything. Third, you have no strong gap closer to use your ultimate properly outside of Flash. So once you burn Flash, there goes your escape. All you really have is a Q to slow people and then an E to make yourself move faster. You have no like instant getaway ability, which is another big problem with Galio. And outside of that, now that you've considered everything, actually, you know what? Another one. We have another one. Anyway, your big CC can be ruined by any single sort of CC. As I rephrase that, your ultimate can get interrupted very easily. Like the moment someone uses a quick Silver Sash, Mikhail's Crucible, or the summoner spell Cleanse, they can easily just distance themselves out, run out, and instantly just snare you to make your ultimate go nothing. Say you have an enemy Thresh on the other team. He throws his hook out at you. The moment you flash into their entire team, 4-man taunting them. The moment that hook lands and hits you, it instantly breaks everything. You do no damage, and your big ultimate all of a sudden is wasted. And you're just so useless after that. You're as more useless as anything you've made in kindergarten for your parents. Now, understand I am very critical of Galio. He also has some pros. But when you decide to pick him into a matchup, think about these things before you go into it. First, you have very limited ability use before you get your themes, so you have to play the lane very safe. Don't overextend for CS or else you'll get destroyed and eventually die, because you'll get poked out very easily. 2, make sure you pick him into a very heavy AP matchup, because so you can make better use of his passive. Say they have like Rumble top lane, Brand in the middle lane, Diana jungle, Carmen support. You're like, oh, okay, that seems good. I can probably pick Galio and do pretty well. And that wouldn't be wrong. Make sure the enemy team does not have a lot of CC, and that is the third and final one. Because the moment they don't have CC, they don't have any way to get out of your ultimate. Unless they use a summoner spell like Cleanse, or have to go save up and buy items just to do it, just to get rid of you. Either way, it works out a lot better once you're able to get that full team taunt, and then your entire team can just collapse in, do just uber amounts of damage, and all of a sudden, you win the team fight. That's just what happens. Now, I'm so glad you guys made it to the end of the video. Good job. You got to the end of the rainbow. Here's your pot of gold. Now you're ready for your life-changing advice. Invite your friend into a ranked game because, solo queue is dead at this point. Everyone knows that. Have your friend pick Callista and then go Galio support. Trust me, this shit is broken. Here's the reasons why it is broken. First, you can get a mana regen item first start like Ancient Coin. Plus, when you build it up to a talisman, it makes you go faster, so you don't have to burn Flash that hard to initiate. 2, I would max your abilities like this. Q, W, W again, E, and then prioritize W. Because as I said before, at max rank, W gives you 90 bonus armor and magic resistance. 90. And if you're in a trade with an 80 carry, you're both level 7, and you just throw that on your ADC, who has an extra 90 of both resistances compared to their ADC, you're going to win the trades. Third, when you guys both hit 6, this is where the fun happens. You can get ulted by Callista, get thrown into the both of them, knock them both up, activate your ultimate, suck them both in, and if your Callista has Runan's Hurricane, she can literally just stand there and just throw auto attacks, and it'll hit both of them, and then she can rend, execute the ADC as you just blow up their entire team. Plus, another fourth key thing, one of the main items you get on Galio is Chalice of Harmony. But guess what? That also builds into Mikhail's Crucible, which is a support item. Oh my god. It just seems like Galio's meant to be support. And if you think I'm wrong and like this won't work in low elo, whenever games go past 40 minutes, which I would say is at least 90% of low elo games. And once you get that point, Galio's win rate for support is 55%. Think about that. Next question you have to ask yourself is, am I going to want this freeload to go or for here? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day. Hustle out.